really happy
Are you doing that on pop?
See you later. Mwah. See ya. Ziggy, hall light off. There you go, it's the sound of my front door. This is a gig episode. And tonight, it's a couple of bands actually, who I have reviewed before. The Break and the Grey. But there's another band whose name I've currently forgotten. And it's at the Smokehouse in Ipswich, so it's just a mile or so to walk, which seems nice and close. Smell you later. I forgot to do the trying to be professional bit. You are a cool kid. You are listening to Beat Motel Zine podcast. My name is Andrew Culture, and this is the podcast you're listening to at the moment. It's called Beat Motel. Did I say that? I just saw a rat. Saw me, darted off the pavement into the hedge, and then peeked his little head out to have another look, came back out. I think I might invade a friend. There you go. I bet you weren't expecting nature commentary on the Beat Motel podcast, but well, it's not like we have a structure for anything else, so you never know what's going to pop up. Just say a quick bit about the Smokehouse. It's in Ipswich. I should have said I'm in Ipswich. Dr. Sam, who's the co-host, lives in Helsinki, but I'm running this one. So the Smokehouse is a part volunteer-run venue in Ipswich, and it was the first of what's become, a network of venues that include a place called St Stephen's Church, capacity 250 or 200, a place called the Baths, which is capacity 400, which is just an amazing venue, and the Smokehouse, which is the OG. And the Smokehouse has a capacity, including bar staff, volunteers, door staff, band members, of just 80. Oh, there you go, crossing. And second occurrence of a crossing on the Beat Motel podcast. First occurrence was in the Supermerger interview. Somebody whizzing past on a bike. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, so the Smokehouse is just cool as shit. They put interesting things on. It's reasonably priced if you're a promoter to use. I put on noise gigs there occasionally. It's just a nice place. It's the kind of venue I always hoped would exist when I was younger. And then some friends of ours went and did it. Well done all. It's a part of a bigger complex. It's got 3 rehearsal studios, a radio station, used to be 2 radio stations, and just a load of brilliant youth outreach stuff as well. Kids can go there and learn how to be in a band or make bleepy noises or whatever they want. It's the kind of place I'm really glad exists. Just walked past the Baths and there is a gig on there as well. What a time to be alive in Ipswich. 2 gigs at 2 independent venues. If anyone says this town is dead, I'm going to flick them in the nipple. Oh, I just saw someone come really fast around the corner on a bike and their chain snapped and they landed on their cobblers. They're doing this kind of walk that I think they're trying to just brush it off, but that's got a sting. Smokehouse on Norwich Road, which is probably one of my favourite parts of Ipswich. It's lots of Portuguese cafes and other cafes, so it stays quite lively and vibrant in the evening. People just hanging out, chatting, having a good time. It's a good and wonderful thing. Just arrived at Smokehouse, found out Le Break had to pull out, which is pretty disappointing. But we've still got the Grey, who were brilliant last time I saw them and reviewed them, with Anason Sajuki in Colchester. And we also have Vandampire is the first band on. So both bands are going to do longer sets, and that might be a really good thing. I've arrived at the gig like silly early. It's about 7:30. And I've walked in, there's already a decent number of people here, and I've only seen one person I know. And that might worry some people, but I think that's a good sign. It's the sign of a healthy scene. If you can turn up to a gig and not know everyone, it's lovely when you do know everyone, but it's a sign something cool's happening if you walk in and there's fresh faces. I'm here with Lee from Le Break. Go on.
Yeah, mate.
You going to say anything else?
Hello.
Well, it's a particular shame you're not playing tonight, because you're telling you just repaired a cymbal.
I have.
Now, you're not the drummer, so how come it became your job to repair the cymbal?
I don't know if I should elaborate. I've got a Dremel. I'm the man with the Dremel, so
That's it. That's a low bar to entry for kind
Yeah.
of craftsmanship on cymbals.
And I can YouTube stuff, so that's how that happened.
God, how would not like every band in the world wanting you to join?
Mate, it was so easy, I'm considering going into business.
That's it.
Yeah.
So you're normally a tree surgeon.
Yeah.
What part of that job do you use the Dremel for?
For the part where I have to also install my own kitchen, because I can't afford to pay someone else to install it.
Well, it's always nice to develop skills that you can kind of turn back round to your musical life.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I didn't think of it that way, but
Always look on the bright side.
yes. Is this a proper interview? Is this
Yeah.
going up?
Oh yeah, I'm going to add this to the podcast.
Oh, great. Cool.
So you need to say something really smart.
Yeah.
I think that's all it's going to get. Singer of Vandampire between songs just said, what a great fucking venue this is. And he's right, it really is. And it's surprising how often bands who play a lot, and as I understand Vandampire play quite a lot, it's surprising how much of an impact this little place has. It's the model for how it should be, I think. Very cool. Just thought I'd mention that. Hey, we're Charlie from the Grey. So you put this gig on tonight?
Yes, indeed, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are from Chelmsford, is that right?
So we're Cambridge based.
I knew it started with a C.
Yeah. So Cambridge way, but we played here before and it's absolutely killer venue. So we're just very, very happy to come back and play again.
Cool. So how do you know Vandampire?
So we played with those boys. So there's London Doom Collective, which is like a mates fest of kind of heavier bands.
That already sounds something I need to look up.
Yes, definitely.
London Doom Collective.
London Doom Collective. So loads of epic bands. And really good lads that run it. So yeah, we first met those boys when we played with them ages ago in London, and we kind of hit it off from there and played together a lot since.
Cool. Well, thanks for bringing them to Ipswich. I'm going to go and get some more. Cheers. Sometimes when you walk into a gig, there's certain really good signs. When I say, so I'm here with Dom from These Are In Time.
Well, hello.
So when you walk into gigs, sometimes there's good signs. You don't know what the band's going to sound like, but guys playing a precision bass going into an orange, which is always, that's all you need. You're always going to sound good. The drummer was wearing a Botch t-shirt.
Very observant.
Yep, and the guitarist had a Bosk sticker on his amp, so you kind of know what you're going to get. And they didn't let down. They didn't let down. What do you think of that?
Very good.
You said a minute ago you couldn't help what?
I'm nodding my head. I was getting into the groove.
Oh, you might feel that tomorrow.
That as well. Yes.
Okay, we're going to make this quick because the Grey are about to start, but I'm here with a couple of members of Vandampire. Tell me your names, please.
Hey, I'm Matt.
I'm Joe. I play guitar. Matt plays.
I play guitar and vocals.
And vocals. I've only ever heard one band that sounded anything like you before, and that's a compliment. I know it's a horrible thing if people say, "Oh, you remind me of such and such a band," but if you've heard Burst, Swedish band, are they like on Relapse?
Okay. Yeah, I think I have, and I think my friend said a similar thing, and I checked them out. Was it quite a while?
It was late 2000s, but I saw them in Helsinki a few weeks ago. They've kind of started up again. But it's the only other band that you've got this perfect measure between light and dark. I mean, like, fucking heartbreakingly heavy. Like, just crushingly heavy, but with kind of a real sheen over the top of it that makes it really, really interesting. It's not much of an interview, I just tell you what you sound like.
Yeah, no, that's great. This is, I'll just stand there and listen.
So it's the first time you played in Ipswich?
Well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's this band, but Joe and I were in a band like 20 years ago, like a screamo band called They Will Riot, and we realised that we actually played in Ipswich on a tour way back when, but it wasn't here.
No, this place didn't exist back then. It would have been Premier Pool Club or Drummer Monkey or somewhere.
Yeah, that maybe rings a bell.
Premier Pool Club's like super scuzzy and the toilets are always broken.
That could be it.
Was it near the football ground?
I don't really know. I think we were in and out and slept in the van in the service station after.
But this venue is amazing, like, and it's super cool to see so many people in it as well. Yeah,
so you're a band from London?
Spread all over the shop now. So we've got 2 in London. Matt's from living in Dorset and I live in Bristol.
Oh, bloody hell! That's a fair old kind of stretch.
A lot of logistics to get everything together. But we make it work. We just do everything remotely. Garage bands get together to rehearse, and then we're going to record our album in a few weeks.
Okay, cool. So how long have you been together?
Started in like 2018, I think. So 2018.
That's a difficult year to start a band.
Well, yeah, and then we released the EP, which was kind of demos. Like, it was just quite cobbled together quite quickly. And then the next EP, which we released on Trepanation Records, absolutely awesome. That was released like I think at the start of the pandemic. So yeah,
okay, great timing.
We finished recording it in March, so literally as the pandemic started, and then it got released during the pandemic. So we didn't really play. So it was like 2 years before we even played any of those songs. So now we're kind of trying to make up for lost time, just get this album done, and yeah.
Oh, cool. So what is the next thing on the album? I was about to ask what the next thing on your agenda is.
Yeah, album. So we started recording it in March. Was it March this year? Yeah. So we're recording at the Smokehouse studio, which is in Bermondsey, kind of Peckham area in London. We did some live recordings there with them, and it was all like filmed and stuff, which I think you can find them on like their YouTube channel. So we went and recorded the first 3 tracks, and then we're going back at the start of November to kind of finish it off. And,
cool, I look forward to hearing it. So where can people find out more about you?
Instagram mostly is where we post stuff. We're pretty terrible at social media.
We'll put links in the show notes for the episode.
Yeah, Bandcamp, Instagram, a bit of Facebook. We'll send you some links. You can put them up.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, the Grey are about.
We're not allowed to have alcohol around this alleyway. We need to keep it over there.
Cool. Okay. Right. So that made it onto the podcast, which is fun. Okay. Cool. Well, we'll share details, and I'll make sure there's links in the show notes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
The Grey are on now. Let's go get some. justice. So I'm just going to say, stop this podcast right now. I don't even care if you don't come back to it, or if you do, just go look up the Grey. Listen to them properly, because they're great. If I didn't know they were such nice guys, and generally people in bands are decent because that's what we fucking do in bands. If I didn't know they were such nice guys, I'd think they were trying to make everyone else in bands look bad. They're not. They're just that good. So do it. Stop this podcast. Click the link in the show notes. Go listen to the Grey. Get them in your life. You won't regret it. I have a very short and possibly elitist list of reasons that I will think a band is great. One of them is if a band can translate between venues. The last time I saw the Grey was at Colchester Arts Centre, which is a fairly cavernous medieval church. The sound is always absolutely fantastic, and that place has a special place in the heart of loads of gig goers and loads of bands. But if you can translate from a large venue like that to a tiny venue like the Smokehouse, which really is small, but again, the sound is always really good, then you're a good band. If you can play outside, tiny venue, cavernous church and sound good, you are a good band. Being a good band transcends how good the PA is. It transcends how good your gear is. If you're a good band, you are just a good band. The other thing about being a good band is if you go and watch a band and a big proportion of the audience is made up of people who are also in bands, that's generally quite a good sign. And a lot of the people here watching the Grey I know from other bands. I'm probably going to start just going on too much about it. Shit, look them up. That'll be later. Watch has told me I've reached my exercise goal. Woohoo! Gigs are healthy for you. Thanks for listening. Go out to more gigs. It's good. Music is good. Hey, like, subscribe and all that shit.